Disclaimer: doing my own voiceover. If you readers are uncomfortable, mute the video. In Master Room, 12 a.m., the doctor tending his wound while Jungkook lying on the bed looking at the ceiling. His mother was standing by the bed and Anjuma was standing next to the doctor holding cotton to help the doctor. The doctor was cleaning the blood. Doctor, does it hurt here, Mr. Jeon? The doctor asked Jungkook while checking his left hand. Jungkook, no. Jungkook said cold as his nature. He did not like talking to anyone except his family and love. Then the doctor nodded and began to bandage the other arm. After an hour, the doctor fully treated Jungkook and left after Mr. Jeon thanked to him. Now Mr. Jeon came towards him and said by his ties, Mr. Jeon, how is my son? Jungkook, I'm fine, mom. Jungkook, I was so scared. Jungkook, but I'm fine. I'm sitting in front of you talking to you. Be happy now, mom. Mr. Jeon, by the way, what happened there? Jungkook, my car was hit by the loader. It happened suddenly, mom. I think someone did it on purpose. I'll find out about it. Don't worry. Mr. John, you know very well how much I love you, my son. You are the only diamond God gave me that I don't want to lose at any cost. Jungkook, mom, Mr. John, stop it. Don't call me mother. Mr. John, what if something bad happened to you? Haruto said the driver died in the accident. You have thought about your parents. How would we live without you? If you knew your life is in danger, our enemy are looking for a way to attack us. So why were you gone without your bodyguard? Mr. John, such a stubborn son of mine. Jungkook, I'm sorry, mom. Mr. John, this time there is no apology, Jungkook. Jungkook, my lovely mom, you have to understand all about all this. I can't take my man with me 24/7. But he opened his eyes again and he heard someone knocking on the door. He gave the person permission, and the moment the person entered his room, he raised his eyebrows in confusion. Jungkook, Yurim? Yurim, yes, it's me. You expected someone else. She is thinking of you. Jungkook, no, tell me why you came here. He created distance between the two of them. Yurim, of course I'm here to see you. She rolled her eyes and looked at him again, but this time her eyes fell on his bare chest. She smirked. Yurim, are you okay? She was checking his hand so that she placed her right hand on his other side of his thigh and the other was touching her injured hand. She bent over a little and Jungkook looked at her revealing chest. Yurim, oh, what do you mean, huh? Am I bothering you? She sat on the bed and grabbed her wrist and pulled him towards him. Jungkook's legs was injured, causing him to fall on her. Now she is under Jungkook. Jungkook gritted his teeth and gave a dead glare. Jungkook, behave yourself. Get your hands off me, Yerim. Why are you ignoring me every time, Jungkook? Yerim, you have to know, Jungkook, I love you so much. I want you to be only mine. I'm waiting for years just to tell you this. But you, every time I came to tell you, you ignored me. She whispered on his lip and smirked, then he kissed his jaws. Jungkook had his hand on either side of her, but Jungkook could not get any distance due to his injured arm. His hand was not moving at all and the pain was getting worse. Jungkook, stop fucking shit, Yurim, he shouted in anger and away his neck from her. She licked her lower lip shamelessly. Yurim, why? You also want to, right, Jungkook? Yurim, don't look at me by those beautiful eyes, darling. Yurim, I'm giving you myself, Jungkook. I know you like the beauties beneath you just the same. I'm giving you permission without complaint. Eat me, Jungkook. Eat your offer meal immediately. I can't wait. Jungkook, you are acting like a slut, Yurim. Yurim, just for you, daddy. He widened his eyes and, in disgust, pushed her away with his injured hand, ignoring his pain. Jungkook, how dare you to kiss me? He shouted. Jungkook, ah, Yurim. I stood up in disbelief in anger. Yurim, Jungkook. Jungkook, look, Yurim, I don't want any drama in front of me. Just get out of my room now. Yurim, I'm not afraid of you, Jungkook. You are just disrespecting me by saying that. I want your love. I want you to love me the way I do. Yurim, look like your standards are too low. Jungkook romance with a maid, it's not fit for the mafias. She smirked. Yurim, you are getting pleasure from your personal maid. How cheap you are. Jungkook, Yurim, watch your mouth. Yurim, don't yell at me. I saw you kissing that slut Wyan Jungkook. Jungkook, don't you dare to call her by that name again, and I won't even think about it next time and destroy your pretty face with my bare hands. She kept her hands on her cheeks to shield her face, looking into his angry eyes. As a number one model, the beauty of her face without any scars very precious and important to her career. And Jungkook knows very well that Yerim's face and body have a lot to mean. Jungkook, you and your brother are my cousins and nothing more. I remember the past Yerim. I will never forget what your father did to my second mother. I treated you both nicely only because of my mother. She loves you both as her own child. Jungkook, don't expect anything from me. I can't give you even a little bit of my love, Yeremi. He said in a normal voice this time, as if he wanted her to understand him. Yerem, you insulted me. Meanwhile, you were pacing around in a room. Intention Emily informed you when Jungkook did not arrive at the mansion. You wanted to see Jungkook, but you did not think it was possible. You were alone in the room for a long time because all the men were in the mansion. 1 a.m. in the dark night, Mr. John, it was not an accident or enemy's plane at all. We have asked the owner of the loader, but he was saying that he only got a call from the girl and was sent money in his account. Beside that, he don't know anything. Yarim, auntie and uncle, she shouted. Yarim, what would you do if that girl was walking around the mansion like an innocent and doing all these evil things up behind your back? She said aloud, her voice echoing in the corner of the mansion. Mr. John, what are you saying, Yarim? Yarim, auntie, I'm talking about Jungkook personal matter. She spent most of her time with Jungkook as her duty, and what if she was sent here for some reason by his enemies? Mr. John, that young girl look innocent. Yarim has misunderstood her. Mr. John, bring Yan here. Mr. John, honey, don't take any action without proof. Mr. John looked at him and nodded seriously. Meanwhile, Hiroto was also standing there by the main entrance. Then, when his phone rang, everyone looked at him. The sound was his ring echoed in the mansion. He immediately shoved his hand in the bag in his coat and took out a phone and see that it was boss Jungkook. Jungkook, take the laptop from my office. I need to do some work. Hiroto, boss, something going to happen in the lawn. Your parents and your ma'am think that your personal maid was involved in that accident, and now she is standing in front of everyone. He said in a low voice. Jungkook, what? He shouted and quickly cut the call. Hiroto, boss, Yurim, your son, most innocent personal maid is here. Uncle and aunt ask her why the reason she's spending so much time with him. Mr. John, hear him. Mr. John, Ryan, will you say something about this? Are you spy? Look, I'm asking you one last time, so say truth. Ryan, no. Mr. John, Ryan, listen to me carefully. Never think betraying us. So my son never gonna leave you. Hear him. I made your good night into hell, bitch, she said in her heart and chuckled secretly. Jungkook, Mom. He shouted and walked down the stairs. Your tears fell down hearing him shouted. Everyone looked at him and you stayed still. Mr. Jun, oh my son, why did you come down? You need to rest. Jungkook, Mom, what's going on here? He asked. Mr. Jun, Wayan is your maid, and it's important to ask her first, is Wayan really loyal to us or she is? Jungkook, you already know all about Wayan, don't you, Mom? I'm sure that Wayan can't do anything wrong. Don't believe others, and both of you, there is no need to do anything about it. I'll find out about the accident myself. Jungkook, Wayan, this time you raise your head slowly and turn to look at Jungkook with your teary eyes. Emily, protect Wayan, young master, I'm begging you. She mumbled in air as there was no one beside her. Mr. John, Jungkook, what are you doing? He yelled at his son while Jungkook just stared at your eyes. Jungkook, don't be afraid of them. He placed as his hand on your cheek, but this time his mother come to him. Mrs. Jeon, are you out of your mind, Jungkook? I did not expect this from you. Why are you touching her? Jungkook, because she's mine. He said aloud in anger. Your heart was beating faster in your chest. You felt so numb after all this. Mrs. John, you have lost your mind, son, she said, looking at you, Jungkook. No, I'm not. I just introducing you to your future daughter-in-law. He smiled and looked at you, then looked at his father, who is now indicating that what is going on here. Mr. John, what's going on in my house? Somebody tell me, Jungkook Bomb. There is nothing to tell, but I did like to say that I want her. I want her in my life, Jungkook. Dad, you also like her, don't you? Otherwise, you would not be claimed listening about her. He turned his eyes to you. You were already looking at him with so much love, while tears were falling from your eyes. All men were very happy to see Master arguing for his love. Emily constantly smiling at you. Jungkook, then I'll do what best of me without your permission. Jungkook firmly grabbed your hand and dragged you out of the mansion while you looked at his parent in shock. Yurim, Jungkook, Jungkook, she screamed. Taehoon, baby, Yurim. He ran after her. Wyan, Master, let go of my hand, Master. Where are you taking me? You were yelling from behind, but without a word, he pulled out his car key. Wyan, Master, you are not well. Please stop it. Let's go inside. Wyan, you jump on the car seat as the door accidentally hit your burned hand. You were writhing in pain. He did not notice and went to the other side and got into the car and sitting next to you and drove away. At unknown house 2 a.m. Unknown person. Feeling great after giving you pain. I have covered your beautiful body with bruises. Jeon Jungkook. She put her head back on the door board and laughed loudly. Unknown person. Now it's time to contact those who will help me turn my dream into reality. She picked up the phone from her side and looked for the number. Unknown person. You will pay for what you did, Mafia Jeon Jungkook. To be continued. Thank you for watching.